So what's your favorite sports team?
I like all the home teams.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just fanatical about whatever that represent this city.
You a homer?
I'm a homie, man. To the day I die.
Yeah. So what you think about the Commanders for 2024?
2024, I'm excited for the Commanders. Once again, I went to Easton, which is 2 blocks away from RFK. My mother went to Easton, man. It's been a blessing. My family just been over there. So, true Redskin fan, man. Commanders, I wouldn't have it anyway. I love what they doing, man. Love the rebuild. Finally, we got the season that look like it's something. I'm definitely excited for them. But any home team, fuck it, I'm with them. You know what I'm saying? I just can't see how we could, that's like rooting for some niggas to come around your way and like, oh yeah, nah, I hope they, what? Man, under any circumstances, I'm going to root for the home team. So that's just me, man.
I mean, I kind of understand the Dallas thing, though, for some people, though.
Why? Yeah.
Do we got to go through this again?
Nah, I'm asking. That's a good question. I ain't heard it.
You brought it up. I mean, you can't.
Well, all I said was I can understand.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like Dallas. All right, so what I'm saying is this, right? And I got this from my pop, right?
Yeah.
He still don't understand how you can be a Dallas Cowboy fan. But listening to a friend of mine, one of my close friends, Stink, grew up in Southeast, brother played in Chance Band. His dad was a Cowboy fan, which made him a Cowboy. Anyway, I asked him one day, I said, how can y'all be from right here and y'all Cowboy fans? He said, well, my parents ain't like the Redskins because they was racist, you know, and George Preston Marshall, who was the owner of the Redskins, didn't allow black players as well as the rest of the league.
Right.
But he was so bold to say that, you know, over my dead body will I ever hire a black player, right? So conversely, the Dallas Cowboys was the first team to have a black player. So, you know, during that time, the 60s, it's a whole lot of civil rights, black versus white, that kind of thing. So the Dallas Cowboys actually became a symbol for the black community in D.C. Well, not really in D.C., but, you know, all over the South as the symbol for black people, right? And it hurts me to say that because I can't stand them. But
it's a fucking history lesson.
For D.C. being Chocolate City,
Big E.
And we right here in our own team saying they never gonna have a black player
right
until Congress actually made them.
Right.
You know, that's what Robert F. Kennedy was so instrumental in having that happen. And so George Preston Marshall, it used to be he had it wasn't always RFK Stadium.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when they came from Griffin Stadium, which where Howard is, Howard State, I used to be up there where Howard Hospital is. That was Griffin Stadium. So when they moved to RFK, you know, one of the stipulations in order for them to be able to build again was you got to get rid of this little rule you ain't gonna have no black players. It's a new age, new day. So RFK was instrumental in that. That's why they named it RFK Stadium. So you ask why DC people from here root for the Cowboys. It's generational, one, and then two, the root of that is because of the civil rights movement.
Well, nobody that we know now knows that shit. And
that was good information.
You just told them that. Now they gonna use that bullshit.
Hey, I mean, it's history.
I get it, but they don't know why they like them.
Yeah.
They like them because their parents liked them.
Not all of them.
Well, the thing about it is
some of them just haters.
The other piece of that, man,
they just want to go the opposite way.
The other piece of that is it was racism all the way through it. Whether a motherfucker actually said it or didn't say it. That's what they hate about Trump, because the motherfucker so up front and gonna say what he want to say, right? But
if Trump owned the football team right now, would you root for it if he was here?
Nah, I couldn't do that, bro.
Exactly,
you know
that's my
point.
If he owned a football, not saying the Commanders because you putting the visual out there. If Trump owned the football team,
but if he owned the Commanders,
and it was based right here,
root for him?
That's the best, better question. I'm still rooting for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Right. If he bought into it, because the history predates him. But what I'm saying is, if he brought a team here, right? Say we was in expansion, we didn't have a team, and Trump brought his team from say New York. He wanted to move to DC,
right?
And we knew everything we know about him now. It's gonna be, hard for people here to adopt that team. One, they not from around here, and then two, you got a racist ass owner that's a known racist saying this is my team and I'm bringing it to Chocolate City.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he would even. I think he would go somewhere where
I'm talking. Well, that's the scenario with the Redskins. They wasn't always here. They started in Boston.
Boston, correct.
Right. So you coming from racist ass Boston with a racist ass owner, and you move to Chocolate City. So if you got no black players, and you saying, hey man, I don't want no black players. I hate them. I don't want them. They never play for me as long as I live.
Man, shout out to the Commanders right now. Listen, we back. Commanders is back. Josh Harris.
That's some good shit.
I don't know what he talking about.
This shit later.
We ain't talking about that right now.
That's what he do. He shy away from shit.
You are not racist, and we love what you're doing with the squad. So right now, we're not going with the history. We're going with the future.
You asked about the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys.
That part.
How about that?
I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
They getting 40 pieces on them like a house party ordering wings.
But the thing is, the racist man is getting smart.
Who?
Any of them, right? If I need to hire the black man now,
Oh yeah, we way
make
past
sure I
it now,
get some
yeah.
money.
Yeah, we
ain't
way
gotta
past.
like 'em.
Yeah, we way
Work for
past.
me.
It. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
we way past that now.
the other pieces they learn how to the ignorance of Donald Trump being able to open his mouth, man. That's the ignorance, because all these motherfuckers racist. Unfortunately, you know, we can say what we want. Motherfuckers is throwing motherfuckers in jail, doing all types of ill shit. If you look at their history, and we still vote for them because they didn't say nigga or they didn't call motherfuckers whatever.
Yeah.
Then you hiding your racism, but you still feel the same way. You
Yeah.
know? So.
But I disagree with that statement, right? I disagree with all are racist.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
that statement.
No, I agree
Oh
with
no,
you.
it's all.
But when
across
we say all, I disagree, right? Because at times, because we plant that in our minds, at times we become racist,
and we react based on our assumptions.
right?
Well, the other piece is the evolution of ourselves, right, and the maturity, right, because people feel a certain way at one time, right, and as they become educated, just as you just shared that broke down that for us, then you have a better understanding, and then you can grow into a different aspect of what it is that okay, I can respect that, you know.
But it's a lot. It's a lot of people, like it's a lot of whites that never even had any conversation with black people ever.
Yeah.
Right? So all they know is what they may hear. Right? It's a lot of blacks that might not have been around no whites.
Right.
Yeah.
Just hate them for no reason.
I mean, I felt a certain way when I was younger and I started traveling. I'm going to all these rural areas. I'm like, man, where am I going? I have no clue. Like, I'm going to Elkins, West Virginia. Or I'm like, in the mountains.
Yeah.
Yo, coolest people I ever met.
Yeah.
I'm in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Super cool.
Did you meet Joe Biden?
Nah, I didn't meet Joe.
Oh. I mean, we all
But
are.
I'm near, but the thing is, they not really seeing color at all.
Yeah.
Right? They just see human beings. And sometimes we put the visual on that too much. Right? Let the person show themselves instead of having prejudgment. To you.
No.
Well, it's crazy because I'm gonna tell you
Why?
No.
Why?
Because we can only go off what somebody shows you. And for our
I just said that.
listen to me. For our experiences, and I'm talking about black people, we've gone through almost 500 years of them showing us who they think we are. So you can never put the onus on black people to say, hey, it's your turn to say, open up your hearts. We've been turning the other cheek and opening up our hearts forever. That's who we are as a people.
So
we're loving people.
So how do you fix this? How do you
fix racism?
No. What do you? Yeah, because you're contributing it to it, right?
How?
Because you're
Black people can't be racist.
Why not?
The word racist is, by definition, we can't be racist.
Okay. So what are you doing to help it though by saying that?
Loving. Same thing we've been doing all our history. Black people ain't nothing but love. That's all we've been doing.
Okay.
What I mean, I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the individual isolated incidents with pockets of people. I'm talking about our overall history.
Love cures everything.
Right.
I'm
But I'm
with you
talking
on that.
about black people in this country, right? We've loved, we've turned the other cheek, we've labored, we've
I'm with you.
We've given, we've raised their kids, we've built their countries, we've done all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you want from us?
I'm not saying to give anything. What I'm saying is don't go into every situation saying that person in front of you is a racist.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying forget about what happened beforehand or any of that. But if you go in with a prerequisite that I'm walking into a room with a bunch of racist people because of a skin color, we shouldn't be doing that. That's what I'm saying.
But what else do we have to go on?
You got to go on the information that's in front of you when you're with that person.
I don't know them.
But you don't know it if you don't have that conversation with them. If you go in and already prejudging them, you're never going to have that conversation anyway. You're just going to say your skin, because yours is just based off skin color.
Yes.
It's not based off the person.
But
I agree with that.
Right? So, because that if that's the case,
that's the way
a black man could have robbed a white person, and now every black person is a robber. Right?
Well,
so what's wrong with them thinking that?
So like you said, it's those pockets of people, right, that you cannot stereotype because that's how they see us. Not trying to...
Exactly. It's the same thing. It doesn't fix anything. It's a circle. Like, so if I see you, you're white, you're racist. If you see me like with dreads and I got my hood over my head, I'm a gangbanger, or I smoke weed, or I am going to rob you.
No, I'm not saying it's right.
So we don't just get that out the way. Just treat all people equally. That's it. And if they don't want, listen, a racist cannot stand around black people for too long without showing their colors. They can't be around you. They would want to remove themselves, or they're going to show something.
Right.
So I say the same. You treat humans as humans, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that both scenario, because like you said, if we go off of history, it's the same thing. And we use that one bad police officer, right?
Right.
And or we use that, and they use that one
Right.
gangbanger that just tore up everything, and that's the real problem, right? Because we're not giving each other, unfortunately, right? Everybody's getting categorized. And don't get me wrong, the history is the history.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. It's not that we can just change the history, but when you say how can we change racism, we got to be able to see where they are, even at this, because once again, the evolution of man, hopefully that you grow and mature to understand, even if my grandfather did this and my great-grandfather, this ain't right.
Yeah, I think one thing we got to also do when we talking about this conversation, and I hate to get into all this right now, but we got to decide or make a distinction between racism and prejudice, right? Because prejudice is what y'all are talking about. You know, you're being prejudiced against a certain creed, race, color, background based on what it is you think, right?
Right.
But when I say racism, it's more of a system that's run by a people, right, in power, whether it be white, Ethiopian, Indian, whatever.
Right.
That racism, it comes from the system that those people put together to make another people oppressed, right?
Understood.
So that's racism. Prejudice is when you say, I seen a white person, we was walking down the street in 68, and it was a bunch of white people walking down the street, and they looked like trouble. Why do they look like trouble? Because my father had the same problem on that same street 20 years ago, and he got jumped, or he got lynched, or he got hanged. So that becomes prejudice based on experiences, right? But racism is a little different when you're talking about the history of this country.
All right, so your definition of
Eastern
racism,
High School.
Your definition
Eastern
of racism
High School.
and what you just gave, right, will fall back into the slogan, we stronger together.
Absolutely.
Right? Because if we are scattered within our own, then it's easier for them to oppress.
Yeah. It comes down to a lot of different factors.
Yeah, but hey,
but it's,
and blacks here got a lot of money to come together to do something.
we're the biggest spenders in the
The
world.
problem is,
We really do.
Right.
And that's a dynamite. Because guess what? The other piece, even just talking to some of these brothers, man, is recreating. Shout out to Stan Long.
Yeah.
We had some pretty deep conversations, man, and Spotlight Under the City. Terry.
Spotlight over. Don't put them on.
Spotlight over the city, that part. But
I mean, you know.
No, real talk. But just speaking with Stan, you know, just even this whole area, recreating that whole Black Wall Street. We are one of the most affluent Black, what would you want to say, communities, period, as Prince George's County.
Yeah.
And how do we create that Black Wall Street? How do we keep the dollars in our community before they leave our community, right?
That's the age-old problem, I think.
That's an age-old problem, man. But it's us having a high level of consciousness and actually doing what we are supposed to do.
Yeah.
So it's not just, you know, it's us talking about it just like this and those things coming up and actually those opportunities and us putting ourselves together around the right people who say, hey, let's make a change. Let's make this. And then finding the people that want to be a part of that change.
Yeah. I think like either you or Scooby should start the movement. Because it's a civil rights movement, man. I think you need to start it.
I ain't scared. Let's rumble.
All right, well, let's start it.
But
no, I said just start it.
Yeah, no, well, let's segue into what you've been able to accomplish with your nonprofit, because you've been hitting the streets and banging for the community for a while. So, what's the name of your nonprofit? What'd I say?
Absolutely.
I need a drink, man. Y'all drive me up the wall.
Pause again.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay.
We're doing what?
Hey, look.
Nothing.
Never
man.
mind.
Nothing.
Hey, don't. He's not our person no more. You are.
So yeah, my nonprofit is something my daughter created called GEMS. It stands for my 4 kids, Gabby, Imani, Macario, and Zion. And as she created that, you know, I thought about the gems in the community. There's a lot of unhidden gems in the community, man. People doing good things in the community and just need that light. We need to find those unhidden gems, man. Yeah. And you know, for me, especially in this last year, in the last 2 years, having a actual spiritual awakening, man. We talked about some of the things and some of my health challenges that I actually have faced, man, and it really has put me in a different mindset of healing, and reaching out. Shout out to man, some real people who have. You know, I said I wanted to be more involved in the community, and people just giving me the opportunity. Nakia Wright, she was one who was actually running for office and reached out and said, "Come on, let's go."
Right.
And gave me that opportunity. We came over to the store and did some stuff with her.
Yeah.
Judy Danso, who's been with state's attorney. Good friend of mine for over 20-some years, like my little sister. Hey, let's go and give me opportunities to do that. But then actually just finding myself.
Your purpose.
My purpose, man. And that's real, man.
You talked about some of the things that brought you to that realization. Like, you know, you talked about your health challenges. Like, what's some of the health challenges that you've been through that made you come to this realization that you wanted to give back or do more?
So over the past, over the past 3-4 years, you know, of course, man, I've been getting screened every year. As Black men, we afraid of the doctors, man. We don't go to the doctors, but I've been going to the doctors regularly, and you know, had a colonoscopy at 50, and started realizing my PSA, which has to do with my prostate, has been slowly climbing up. In the last year, the numbers for the PSA has been climbing up. And in the last year, it you know, it reached to a point where it was my urologist told me, say, hey, you need to, you know, probably get an MRI. Now I've been getting MRIs, and it's part of it, and we'll try to push through this a little bit fast. But nevertheless, got an MRI, realizing that there was a lesion on my prostate. As men, as Black men, when we get older, our prostate is naturally going to enlarge. And so we don't understand that. We may ignore the signs of it. And the reality of it is that this is something that's going to just happen with age. But a lot of us actually have other issues. So it runs in my family. And I got a cousin, two of my cousins right now, right around my age, actually have prostate cancer along with myself right now.
Okay.
And really, that diagnosis is a monster. You hear cancer is really like it's a death wish. I mean, you just think about it, it's like dang, what the fuck. Mm-hmm. Struggling through that, the emotional part of that part, and then really starting to educate myself, because that was the biggest part, man. I went through the biopsy piece where it's brutal. You know what I'm saying? But once again, understand as black men, these are just medical procedures that have to be done in order to be able to screen yourself so that we can live.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual statistics. Over 100-some thousand people are dying from prostate cancer a year, and part of it is just not being screened, man. Just not being screened. What you do after the screening is your choice, because there's a ton of treatments out. But once again, it also affects your quality of life.
Yeah.
So for me, I have chosen, and I'm still rumbling right now. I'm still rumbling in the process. People ask me, I lost weight. I started fasting. I started juicing. I started doing a more holistic lifestyle. And then in doing a more holistic lifestyle, through that fasting, through meditating, through praying, it has opened up another level of consciousness for me. When you really take that time where you detoxing, the whole thing with the holistic piece is to detoxify all the cells in your body and then rebuild your immune system so that they can actually fight the cancer that's in there. So it has actually given me the opportunity to know myself more than I've ever known myself. It's really been, sometimes hard for me to say that, but it's been a blessing, because I probably wouldn't have taken the route that I've taken. I probably wouldn't even took my health as serious as it is.
Yeah.
And man, the Most High God has put it on my heart as well to be able to reach out, because I do have a platform. So a lot of things now has not even been centered on the clothing piece. It's really been on this last bit of journey to just to educate us as black men, as men, period. But also just, man, find our purpose in life. As you take your time, man, and you follow your passion, the money will come. I chased money all my life, and that shit don't mean nothing when you start talking about your health is your wealth, man.
That's real.
If I'm not here, then none of that shit matter. And I think a lot of times we put a lot of focus on the money, right? And man, we got a bigger calling, man. We got a bigger calling than the stuff that you guys are doing here, stuff that I would like to do. I like to look at myself as a visionary, man, now that I've been able to been spiritually awakened, man. And I'm not a religious person. I've tried different religions, but I'm more of a spiritual person.
Yeah.
Right? And the people who know me, they're going to know that, man, I try to pride myself on doing unto others as I have and doing me. I'm not perfect by any means, but, man, I got a big heart. I know that about myself. I'm now learning more about myself, my strengths, my weaknesses. As I walk through this, it is really giving me the opportunity to know myself, man. And it's just big.
It's commendable, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So I went to your you had a men's event, men's group that came out, and people was there talking about their health issues. We need a bigger turnout for that, but is that like something that's happening every month, or do you got a certain date that's gonna happen, or it's just scheduled when you can schedule it?
So I started a men's group, once again, just talking as we talking, right? And man, just really trying to get men out. A lot of times we don't even want to talk about it. Now, I'm sure if we said we was doing something different, right? We smoking cigars, we partying, right? They coming. It's a tricky topic, when you start talking about men's health. Yeah, there's people, everybody that came out actually followed up and been. I get a lot of off the grid calls where they saying, man, what we doing? What are you doing? Right?
I think confidentiality is kind of
confidentiality.
Yeah.
But man, we are not you know, it was hard for me to even come out and say it.
Right.
You know, because God said, man, use this platform to do this. And I'm like, man, right, I don't want niggas to think I'm,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm weak or I'm going through, I'm tense, man. And he told me, he said, man, you know, you got to be obedient to the Most High, man, to what your calling is.
Yeah.
And if he gave me this opportunity to rumble, you know, to manifest healing, then I need to be able to share that with people. Because a lot of us going through the same shit we not going to talk about.
Don't nobody never know.
Don't nobody ever know. But then as you start talking, more brothers then came up to me and talking to me about, man, sidebar, and however it goes, it's been the reality. Like you said, you were able to be there, man, just the information, just on men's health, your sexual health.
Yeah.
Just for us, man, we don't even understand sometimes our body and different things like that. But we got to be able to shed that light, man, and really be able to give that back to our community, because it's that big, man. It's really that, I think it's that important that we actually, you know, give ourselves that, we use the platforms that we have to actually promote some of the positive stuff that we can do that's life changing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what you're doing too, right? And not to circle back on the racist topic and the prejudice topic we was talking about, but the fact of what I was trying to say and what you're doing is you're helping clear your mind, even with your detox, right? You're cleansing your mind so that you have the right thoughts, right? And you're gaining focus.
Absolutely.
Right. And a lot of times we don't have the focus because we got these things that's embedded in our mind that we fed ourselves, and it's energy that's coming from society or the world. But at times you got to take a step back and clear your mind. Right?
So I'll expand on that, man. Through the actually detoxing, right, and holistic healing, sometimes we don't realize that the trauma and that cancer that's in our life is bigger than, you know, it's about those, the trauma that we may have had as youth.
Right.
You know, so that cancer will manifest in your body, not necessarily through the physical part, but as you detox, right? You detoxing not only just your body, but you're starting to be able to get to, you'll hit points where you're like, damn, I got to learn how to forgive myself for a lot of the bullshit that we do, right, as men, and learn to forgive others. Yeah, we as men are, you know, I started reading books and all that other stuff. I found out we are emotionally incarcerated. Yeah, you know, when we think about growing up, man, everybody said, man, toughen up, nigga, get up, man. What you doing, man? You fall down. You're not able to deal with that emotion, whatever it is. Are you hurt? What's going on? How you feeling right now? Right,
and communicating,
and communicate it, and then put it in this proper place. Okay, well, you're gonna be all right. Let's go. First thing we say is we just ignore what that feeling is, and so, man, this opportunity has given me the opportunity to actually be a comprehensive man. That's my goal, to be able to meet my daughter, to meet my lady, to meet whoever, and be compassionate if I need to cry. But also be that nigga that if I gotta defend you, I'm gonna hold that down too. So whatever it is, don't think. I mean, I'm a complete man, a comprehensive man, and a lot of the things and stigmas that have been put on us as black men, just the struggles that we go through, man. You know, we don't realize that we are emotionally incarcerated. Shout out to Jason O. Wilson. Man, he's on Instagram, but I've read did his couple books on there, Battle Cry, man, dynamite stuff. As I'm working out, I'm just listening to stuff, and it, man, brings everything full circle that you can really understand. Yeah. Man, that we got some work to do, man. We got some work to do, especially where we at right now and the platforms that we have. Man, we gotta make this shit work.
Got some work.
Man, let's drink to that, man. Let's drink to. Let's drink to
work. I don't know if we should be drinking as we was talking about health.
Man, listen, we got a toaster. I don't care what you drinking.
So, man, every time I say something to you, you always saying you don't care what I'm saying, and I'm saying, man, I'm being complete man now. You hurt my feelings, nigga.
Hurt my feelings, nigga.
I'm sick of you, nigga.
I appreciate you too, brother.
All right.
Hey, what I really want to do is say, man, thank you, and I want to commend you. Let's give a shout out to strong men. Strong men and complete men that will cry, but will also whip your ass if you get out of pocket.
Jump out
people.
We'll give you what you need.
Yeah. And I got a question for you. So you just came back from your homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Shooter Rob went down there.
Yeah.
Was Buddy Love there?
Absolutely. So I took the weekend off, and this is just the follow up into the weekend. Don't judge me tomorrow. 100%.
So Buddy Love was there.
Absolutely back at it, man. I'm in the sauna. Y'all see me sweating it out and figuring the rest out. I mean, we men. We're gonna have through this process of learning yourself. You're gonna have good days and bad days.
Yeah.
And when you fall off, man, don't be scared to get back up and get back on.
Yeah.
Don't allow anything to judge you, because everything is not that part. The pause, all of that good stuff, but that part, yeah. Don't be afraid to get back on the journey to health.
Yeah, I know what you meant, brother.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yes.
We know you know.
Yeah.
Hello?
I know what he meant, man.
Yeah. That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Hey, so Rob, man, tell them people get an address to the store.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You want me to 7736 Marlboro Pike, District Heights, Maryland. Never, ever, ever, ever stop shooting for your goal.
That part.
Yes, sir. What's the Instagram?
Instagram, shootersports.com, and
No, that ain't the Instagram.
it is, I guess the thing is.
That's the that's the website.
Yeah, all that shit, Shooter Sports.
Shooter Sports everywhere.
Everywhere, man. Everywhere. Yep. Man, being blessed, man. Really, truly blessed, man. I want to thank you guys for having me on the show, man.
Yes,
Once
sir.
again, man, I can't say it enough, man. Continue y'all journey, man.
Yeah.
And, man, we definitely, I look for continuous big things from y'all, pause.
Yeah.
Pause that.
Just take a drink.
Yeah, man. Y'all,
But for real, on a serious note, man, like your story is inspirational.
Yep.
I appreciate you being able to come on here and talk about it for real, because like you said, a lot of guys they're not going to talk about, some of the struggles and some of the spiritual awakenings that you
Transparency gonna be the key, man, for all of us to grow.
Yeah.
And man, a lot of us are going through a lot of the same things, but we are afraid to talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's that emotional incarceration. And when you start just allowing the universe to do what it's supposed to do and following the guide of the Most High, you will realize that, man, it's gonna be okay. It's not always comfortable. You got to move to those places that are not comfortable. Like you said, this was unknown when y'all started, and it may not have been just natural. But the more you do it, the better you get.
Yes, sir.
And man, like I said, we have to encourage men and be that liaison. I'm, challenging both of y'all to make sure that y'all get y'all health correct.
Yeah, 'cause I ain't did none of that.
And I saw y'all do challenges, which was commendable, man.
Yeah.
But y'all need to go do that. And
Dirk always fall off on the challenges, but we working on them.
Yeah.
We try and get there.
If nothing else, I want to.
If anything goes, Rob know that if I get in the gym, it's over for you.
How's it over for me?
Because you ain't going to the gym.
I don't gotta go to the gym.
All right. You ain't going to push away from the table either.
I'm a natural.
But at least go get screened, man.
Yeah.
That'd be like, that's one of the things. Use this platform and be able to, just get men to better health. And
All my 45 and oldies out there.
45 and older.
Go get your screening, man. Prostate, colon.
Man, get your blood work.
Blood work, all
That's
of
what
that.
you got to do first.
Don't be scared of it.
Blood work will tell them if they need to
go further.
It's a medical procedure, man.
No, I'm saying,
What's further? What you talking about, man?
I mean, after your blood work, you might have to go some other procedures to find out what's really happening. That's all I was saying.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
After that, you know what I'm saying, you may have to get a rectal examination, and everybody.
There you go.
What? It is what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
It's a medical procedure.
Why you
I mean, at the men's
why you laugh?
situation,
Right. That's another.
they taught you.
Yes.
Did you try yet?
So yes, Dr. Z over in Clinton, herbalist, man, definitely.
Yeah.
She's right there by the fish market. Dr. Z is called the Well Springs. She's been a man, she's helped me out a lot. Let's say that.
Okay.
Man. She's been my teacher on this holistic journey. Man.
Okay.
And she is right here in the area, man, and she takes it serious. And man, just our men's health, we don't look at it, but the wellspring is right there in Clinton. You can go over there and meet her. I'll be bringing her back out. Definitely.
We gotta get her on the show.
No, I got her info.
I did.
Cool.
I think
I got her
should
info.
be dynamite for the show.
All right, bet.
But yeah, she definitely will talk about men's, women's, and everything.
Okay.
But she is man, like I said, you got to give these people the platform, man, because there's some alternative ways than actually traditional medicine. Of course, like and not to go crazy into that, man, but you know, my diagnosis, you know, I could get my prostate removed. Mm-hmm. You know, I could still, and you don't have all these options at certain stages, right? So I have some options.
Okay.
And you can get your prostate, you can do radiation, you can do all this. And so my thing has been to go holistic. Whatever way you go is going to be hard. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Whether you go through it in the post-op is going to be difficult, you know, or you're going to just change your lifestyle. So at the end of it, like having no spiritual awakening, walking, I said, whatever way it's going to be, whether it's going to be 2 months of this or 10 days of that, why not change my lifestyle?
Right.
You know? And we actually, you know, you got to have that discipline and dig down because we all have it in us. And it just is that other side of being a man, that man bravado. Go hard, man, and do what you're supposed to do. Man.
Yeah. All right. If not for you, for your family.
For your family. You got to find your why outside of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Trying to go to Joe's?
Not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
Shooter Rob, man. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Thank y'all for
sitting down on the couch. Shout out to
Yeah.
Shooter Rob, man. Been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful interview, man. You've been transparent, open with us, man, and we definitely appreciate it, man,
Very
for coming
Thank
through.
y'all, man.
Very
Thank y'all.
motivated.
Appreciate
Very
y'all, bro.
motivated.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Get
sir.
it.
I'm going to the gym tomorrow.
Just to look at it.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Frank Sirius, a.k.a. Scooby the Godson, man, along with my partner here.
Man, my name Frank. You know, the guy. And we got it.
Your name Frank?
Yeah, my name Frank the guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a.k.a. the Godson.
Yes, sir.
A.k.a. Mr. Emmy Award winner. A.k.a. leader of Sirius Company.
I appreciate it.
A.k.a. fired from Listen.
Man, look here. We got a cruise coming up, man. Make sure y'all go get your cabins as soon as you can. SiriusVybe-cruise.com. Secret Society, Black Alley, Sirius Vibe and Friends, DJ 59, DJ Dirty Rico, hosted by Capri Monique, man. So make sure y'all go get y'all cabins. And we'll see y'all next time right here on SiriusVybe Primetime. What?
Fuck, you ain't let me sign off.
You signed off. You said all my names.